Need a prop. There we go.
Hello, Alexis.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
I get to see things the way you see them through Zoom.
Oh, trying out my new camera.
Oh, you like it?
Must be a busy time of year for you coming up.
Yeah, it's really busy. But fine, the usual.
Yeah. Looks like this project tonight, it might be on the slope, kind of going down into the preserve, but I can't tell. I've only seen the well, whatever's in the packet, but I haven't really been to the site.
Yeah, us either. That kind of got brought up at our last meeting that any visits to the site by us would need to be done as a group.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm eager to hear the presentations. Hopefully, we can get some clarification.
Yeah.
Get started. So we'll go ahead and call the City of Bellevue Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order Thursday, February 18th at 5:30 p.m. Brian, why don't you go do it?
Alrighty, Chairman Kurtz
Here.
Commissioner Hughley here, Commissioner Rudolph here, Commissioner Beezer. Hi. Commissioner, I spaced her last name. Lindbergh.
Here.
Everybody's.
Okay, great. The notice and agenda compliance, finding that the regular meeting and notice and agenda were posted in accordance with Idaho Code 74204 within 48 hours prior to the meeting at City Hall, at the post office, and the city's website on February 12th, 2025.
I move that the notice for February 18th completed in accordance with Idaho Code section 74-204.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes. Okay, call for conflict. Anybody have a conflict with anything on the agenda tonight?
I don't believe so. I live in the clear, but just want to confirm that. No personal relationship with the owner. So I'm in the clear, but just wanted to disclose that I live near there and walk through there frequently.
Okay.
So
Good. No.
I have the same issues.
Okay, great. Anybody else?
No.
Okay, so public comment for anything that's not on the agenda tonight.
Well,
Go ahead, Tony.
I have one comment. Someone sent in a photograph of an area in Bellevue where there's bulldozers going across the river. And I don't know if this is the right commission to bring this up to, maybe to Brian, but people were asking what's going on, what kind of work might be going on down on the river. Is this something that I could send to anyone on the P and Z commission to look into, or should I send it elsewhere?
I'm assuming you sent it to Brian and, yeah.
Yes, that I was notified of that. From the information I have gathered, it appears that it is just south of Bellevue, not within city limits. So we directed the individual to speak with the county land use division.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Any other comments? Okay, seeing none, I'll close public comment. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. Can we batch these, together? Brian, or we need to approve these one by one?
Since it wasn't identified as a consent agenda, I should probably go by one, but you can go really fast.
Okay, so October 21st, 2024, regular meeting minutes.
A little ticky-tack with my arrival time, I think. That could have been left out, but
We'll be late again, will ya?
it's really 5 to before out.
So if there's no concerns, I guess I would welcome the motion on it.
I move to approve the October 21st, 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes. The November 4th, regular meeting minutes.
I move to approve the November 4th meeting minutes.
Second?
And she seconds since she weren't at the meeting. That's all right.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. November 21st, special joint work session meeting minutes.
Are those for us to approve or does council approve those?
Since you were both there, both bodies approved.
Approve second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not consequential, but the call to order time, 5:30 p.m.
Okay, pretty good.
But with that noted, I'll move to approve the November 21st, 2024 meeting minutes. I'll
Second.
Right. Yeah, motion passes. December 2nd, 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll move to approve the meeting minutes from the December 2nd, 2024 meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, so we're now on to the public hearing action item. Application for a lot line adjustments for lots 1 through 6, block 96 of the Bellevue town site, original plat. The proposed lot line adjustment will reconfigure the existing 6 parcels into 4 parcels and include a request for waivers from code requirements. Brian,
Thank you, Chairman Kurtz. Brian Parker, Community Development Director. A couple of typos that I'd like to clarify before we get too far. The description you just read, it is actually going from 6 parcels to 3 parcels, not 4. So take note on that. And then in my staff discussion around condition number 4, I copied and pasted the previous condition twice from previous condition to their proposed condition, so they are identical. The correct language should be, it is included in their application narrative. The requested language is the alley between Chestnut and Walnut shall be improved in accordance with the submitted site-specific alley improvements exhibit, EX2, prior to approval of the final plan. back to that in a second. The other kind of housekeeping note, I rearranged and redesigned the whole staff report. So if you guys have comments, suggestions, please email them later. It is intended for you guys to make your lives easy, so that's why I wanted. So the applicant is requesting to rearrange the 6 parcels that were part of the original Bellevue town site into 3 parcels. The subject property is located between Walnut and Chestnut, west of Main Street. There is a unnamed alley. There's a portion of it just to the south that is identified as Lewis Lane, but the parcel in question do not have addresses, so I've been referring to them as TBD Lewis Lane. Like I said, currently there are 6 parcels, roughly 50 by 200 feet. The irrigation canal runs through the center of them. The applicant is requesting to rearrange into 3 parcels. Lot 1A is the furthest west and is generally below the bench on the lower area, and is approximately 2,400 square feet. There's a building envelope identified on that of about 2,000 square feet. Lot 2A is above the bench and is about 18,000 square feet. There is an alley running through it. The unencumbered portion is around 7,000 square feet. 3A is similar. It is again about 18,000 square feet. The unencumbered portion is about 6,700 square feet. The entire property is owned business, surrounded to the north and west by the Howard Preserve. There are partially developed parcels to the east, and a vacant industrial zoned property to the south. So we approved in 2023 for a different lot line adjustment that had conditions of approval on it. The applicant is requesting, they have resubmitted a new application with a slightly different site plan or preliminary plat, with some requests for waivers, which is allowable by code if the commission and council decides that they are warranted. So the first one, the prior applicant had a condition that no building or structure shall touch the bottom west side of the bank, where the slope intersects with the level surface, and no building shall encroach into the space between the top of bank and water on the east. This one, the requested condition is, in my opinion, fine, as long as the canal comment to that effect. The next waiver that they're requesting, corner lots shall show building elevations in accordance with 11.4 C on the final plat. And the applicant is requesting this condition will be deleted. The specification for that be treated as an alley rather than the street. Which there's a few challenges with this interpretation of city code. One, the definition of alley is a minor way providing secondary access to the back or side of or property otherwise abutting a street. Definition of the street is a public right of way which provides vehicular and pedestrian access to adjacent properties, the dedication of which has been officially accepted. The term street also includes the terms highway, thoroughfare, parkway, road, avenue, boulevard, lane, place, and all such terms except driveway as herein defined. So there is no street if we are treating the roadway in front of the property. Street, and then in order for forming lots, they have to have at least 3. So there are undeveloped rights of way, Chestnut and Walnut, that could theoretically become streets at some point, but they're not currently because they do not provide regular pedestrian access. Those as streets, the alleyway.
I mean, I'm not gonna eat right now.
Then, or that they're requesting alleviation from, again, the alley between Walnut and Chestnut shall be improved in accordance with 11.4.8B prior to approval of this plat. The revised language that I mistakenly did not include in this discussion bullet, is that they would like it to be improved in accordance with the design exhibit it provided. Generally, that does not include relocating power lines, maintains a gravel surface, a few other variations from our standard street section. So this one is a specific waiver as defined by code, not an interpretation of code. So in order to grant a waiver, we must find that there are special physical characteristics or conditions affecting the property in question where a literal enforcement of this title would result in undue hardship, not the result of actions by the subdivider, and the waiver would not be detrimental to the public welfare, health, safety, nor injurious to property owners in the immediate area. So the first component of that is our special physical characteristic or condition affecting the property in question. The characteristics identified by the applicant are existing overhead transmission lines, trees, and fences within the right of way. None of this is special to Bellevue. I mean, there's trees and fences and power lines and sheds and all sorts of stuff in our right of way all over town. That's a challenge we're tackling. And then, so physical characteristics, and then creating an undue hardship. They state that it would, but there's no justification as to what undue hardship would be created. They did provide comments from Idaho Power on the cost estimates of undergrounding or relocating power lines, which is valid. But again, that the undue hardship standard would be something of proportionality. Without knowing what they're doing with the property, what encumbrances may or may not be occurring, it's hard to say if that is out of scale with potential development. So that, and then there was also a letter from the Wood River Land Trust that was submitted. I sent you guys today, printed out for you guys to have. If you'd like to take a minute to read through it, you're welcome to do so. But other than that, I'll stand for any questions.
Hey, Brian, just really quick, do you mind giving me access to the Zoom meeting? I put in another request. For some reason on my phone, I can't see the room and it makes me hard to get what's going on.
All right.
I'm just looking at Dorothy.
Yes, Alexis, I can't see it either.
It's just the two of us looking at each other. Okay, thank you, Brian.
Oh, and Chrissy Burnap is on also.
Been a minute.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
please
see the
do.
room anymore.
I can't.
We're having
I can't see it either, Alexis.
Oh, okay, thanks, Dorothy.
And it's annoying, yes.
This is Tony. I'm gonna jump off and jump back on.
Okay.
The owl doesn't seem to be working. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's showing up on our screen.
Yeah. Alexis, can you see see us here at the table?
I think it's frozen.
I think it's frozen too. It
It's just-
initially, it was on there and then it went away. At the very beginning, you could see the room. But now I can't hear Alexis in it.
Yeah, I only wanted to bring it up in case someone was doing more of a presentation. We're looking at any visuals, so.
Okay. I can live without it. I can't hear anybody now. Okay. Hmm.